All right, guys, so today's video, we're gonna take a different approach to just looking at a new pair of headphones. And the pair that we're gonna check out are the brand new Moondrop Cosmos. These are a planar magnetic driver pair of headphones. They're using 100mm planar magnetic drivers, and they're using some interesting technology in between that. They're using what they call nanoscale ultra-thin diaphragms, and it's supposed to not distort. It's supposed to be a fast pair of headphones. I'm not going to fully get into all the specs. We're not even gonna look at charts on these. I am just gonna do this video as if I'm talking to somebody that I think would be interested in checking these out. Because what's interesting about them is this is Moondrop's new flagship pair of headphones. And Moondrop is a company, I've said this before, they are very impressive when it comes to IEMs. And since they have started releasing headphones, they have gradually keep building to have the high-end pair of headphones. And right now, this is the peak of what they have to offer. And from a comparison standpoint, before their most expensive headphone was the Moondrop Venus, which came in at $599. And from a design standpoint, these kind of share a lot of the characteristics that those have. The headband and the frame of everything, the metal or aluminum that they have, it's very big. This is a big pair of headphones. It's weighty. It's not a pair that you would definitely want to be out and about using, not only from a design standpoint. This isn't a pair that you're going to want most people to see you have on if you're going to be in public, but they're also open back, so everything you're listening to is just going to leak out into the world around you. So I didn't even like sitting in the living room where my wife or my kids would be able to hear everything, and also because any outside sound was going to affect what I was listening to as well. So, this is made to sit at your desktop or in a room by yourself, plugged into an amp or plugged into a receiver, and really just kind of enjoy your music that way. This is not one of those on-the-go headphones. Now, the headband on these does use the suspension system, so I found it to be extremely comfortable. Even though it's a very heavy pair of headphones, I didn't really feel that weight on the top of my head. The ear pads on these are large, but they're extremely soft. And this is definitely an around the ear type of ear pad. Your ears are not going to touch the ear pads on these. They're going to be completely inside. But luckily, my ears did not touch the inside part of the ear cups. That has aggravated me with some other headphones in the past. It could just irritate your ears, and it kind of takes away from the listening experience. So luckily I didn't have any issues there. And to take the ear pads off, it's just magnetic. It's very easy to pull these off. And I think they're using a dampening system on both sides of the drivers. And the reason I say that is usually you can take the ear pads off and you can see the ribbon drivers that planar magnetic headphones use, and you cannot see them on here. You see this very thin film in front of it. Now, as far as what all they've included inside the box, it does come with this really nice thick braided cable. And if you look online, it says that they have a 3.5mm connection, and the only 3.5mm connection is what plugs in to the ear cups. This is not what you would plug into your device, so don't expect these to work with just normal devices out of the box, because it uses a 4.4mm balance connection, and the only adapter that it comes with is a 6.35mm adapter. So it's more, again, trying to tell you, you would plug these into amps and DACs and things that are made to really kind of pump up these headphones. And if you look at it again on paper or on the site, it says it has an impedance level of only 15 ohms. You would think it would be very easy to drive. In fact, on their site, it says that they're very easy to drive. And I'll say, as far as for volume, I agree with this. I feel like you can get a decent amount of volume if you just plug it straight into a device. But there's no way that you're going to fully enjoy these headphones without using a DAC or an amp. There's no way you're going to get any decent amount of punch in the low end. There's no way you're going to get any brightness out of the treble. Everything kind of sounded relatively flat and dull just plugging straight into a device. I had no fun listening to them that way, and then they compared to some pretty cheap headphones that are under $50. There was nothing interesting about them when you use them that way. But the second that you plug them into an amp, and then I was using the SMSL M500. This is a desktop style amp that allows you to take advantage of high-res audio. It's just not an expensive amp, but it definitely brought these to life. The Cosmos just immediately started to have some really nice punch in the low end. Now, this isn't going to give you a subwoofer type bass. It doesn't resonate in the low end. It doesn't hang around too much. It is a very fast pair of headphones. In fact, this is one of the quickest pair of headphones that I've heard, being able to shift with each hit of the drums. Same thing with the treble. Treble's nice and bright, it's nice and clean, but it doesn't get harsh. So it never, went over the top when it came to the treble. It never went over the top when it came to the low end, but it picks up every little subtle thing extremely nicely. And I think what really shines about these, other than the very fast bass that these have, is the mids. I think what it's doing with male or female vocalists, same thing with like acoustic guitars, is so impressive. It may be one of the best pair of headphones that I've heard when it comes to mids. Now, I normally don't cover like super expensive, over-the-ear headphones, but I have definitely tried my fair share of them throughout the years. I've tried pairs that are $2,000, $3,000, even over that. And this pair at $900 definitely competes with a lot of those. It just has its own character to it. And that's what you want with a pair of headphones. You don't want a pair that sounds like every other pair of headphones out there. And because of the open back design that these have, obviously they have a very open sound to them. It's very wide sounding, and being able to tell where different sounds are coming from, this pair just absolutely nailed. It's definitely a detail-driven headphone. It's here to offer you really nice, quick, fast, punchy bass as long as you're plugged into an amp. And it's here to bring out a lot of details without going over the top and being too harsh. So you're not gonna hear the sibilants with S's. It doesn't cause ear fatigue. I could wake up first thing in the morning, put these headphones on, and listen to them all day and never feel like I need to take them off. Other than the fact, they do have some good amount of weight to them. The sound is not gonna be fatiguing. It's not something I need to take a break from, and that says a lot. Usually a lot of the higher end headphones I don't do too well with for longer periods of time because treble just can be a little too much. Now I can sit there and listen to a bass heavy pair of headphones all day and I'm okay. But that is not what this pair is. If you are a bass head, this one is not going to check off that box for you. It's not designed to be that type of headphone, but I don't feel like it's made to be a flat or neutral sounding headphone either, unless you're just plugging straight into a device. And in that case, it was just extremely dull to listen to. So for my opinion, yeah, $900 is gonna seem like a whole lot of money if you're used to buying just normal consumer style headphones. But in the audiophile world, it competes with some very expensive headphones. The 100mm drivers and the way that they have these tuned, because they're using the Moondrop VDSF target response, which a lot of people have been very impressed with. This is a powerful headphone if plugged into the right thing. Just again, it's not powerful on its own. I absolutely love these. I definitely sign off on them. I know that they're not gonna be for everybody. Just, know what you're looking for and know what these are capable of if plugged into the right device. But guys, that's my video on the brand new Moondrop Cosmos. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.